Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and in this video, I'm going to share the experience that I just had this past weekend with breathwork, a sound bath, and cold therapy. You're not going to want to miss it, so stay tuned. It was never my interest to just submerge my body into a tub of ice water outside in January in Iowa. But lo and behold, that's what I did this past weekend. It was actually a small string of synchronicities that led me to make this decision to try cold therapy. So on December 27th, some of you might remember that I made a video all about the spiritual benefits of bathing and just the symbolism of the bath. And so bathing was really on my mind, but it was also in my algorithm after that. So I actually watched a couple of videos about ice water therapy or cold therapy. And I was especially interested in Sky Life's video about Ice Church because all of the people giving their testimony in that video were just so compelling. It was definitely interesting and it piqued my interest. Although it was not something that I was about to go out and seek for myself, as an experience. The next morning, after watching this video from Sky Life's YouTube channel, I received a message from my friend Andrea, and she actually saw this event at a local place here in Des Moines called Inner Space. And the event included breathwork, a sound bath, and cold therapy. In that message, she stated that she already purchased her place at the event, and she wanted to know if I'd be interested in going with her. I am on my way once again to Inner Space. This time, I am going to an event called Spiritual Alchemy, the Art of Transformation and Peak State Experience. And honestly, I'm a little scared because during this 5-hour event, I'm actually going to be forcing myself into an ice bath, which is basically ice cold water. And I'm going to be submerging my body and, see what happens, I guess. I don't know what I'm thinking. I hate the cold. It's winter time already. So I don't know. We're going to see how this goes. But I definitely want to see if it causes some kind of important change or transformation in myself. I know that I do have some fears that kind of hold me back from time to time. So I'm hoping to release some of that and, but there's also going to be breath work and a sound bath, guided meditations, things like that. So we'll see how it goes and I'll give you an update when I'm done.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up.
I met my friend Andrea here at Inner Space. She's the one who gave me the idea to come here and do this event. And I'm scared to death. She's gonna kick me in to the ice bath if needed. And so what are you excited for the most?
I'm excited to do something I've never done before with this class. Hopefully opening up some chakras that are blocked and be enlightened.
And we'll see what happens.
I will also pick her in, like throw her in.
And if I need body heat, we'll do that too.
Yep.
The beginning part of this 5-hour event included some lessons on spiritual alchemy. And so I took a bunch of notes about that. And basically what they taught us was that alchemy in the spiritual sense is a transformation of spirit, or the ability to see challenges and obstacles in your life as opportunities for growth. And I also wrote that fully stepping into who I am supposed to be. That's spiritual alchemy. So basically not letting any of those self-made limitations hold you back. We also talked about fear and how fear is a major human limitation. And it is so important in spiritual alchemy, or stepping into who you're supposed to be, to actually face your fears with courage, because courage gives you power over those fears. And then we went on to learn about peak state experiences and what peak state experiences actually are. If you can enter into the flow state, it's connecting your brain directly to creativity, to learning, and to productivity, because you're in the now moment and able to use that flow state to basically get yourself into higher and higher states of consciousness. It brings out your higher traits. And of course, then we went over a little segment about all of the different neurochemicals that are activated when you are choosing to put yourself into these peak state experiences. And so due to all these neurochemicals that are activated when you're in that peak state experience and the transient hypofrontality that can take place in all this, it basically boils down to the fact that peak state experiences bring out your higher traits. So after going through these lessons on peak state experiences and all of the different things that go on in your mind and body while having these experiences, then it was time to move on to the next part of the day, which was the section on cold therapy. We went outside in January in Iowa, and we stood barefoot in a swimming suit outside, waiting our turn to submerge our bodies into ice water in January in Iowa. Now, according to University of Rochester Medical Center, it says here that cold therapy is also known as cryotherapy. And it says cryotherapy literally means cold therapy. When you press a bag of frozen peas on a swollen ankle or knee, you are treating your pain with a modern, although basic version of this therapy. And according to goodrx.com, it says that when you take an ice bath, the cold temperature narrows your blood vessels. This decreases blood flow to your muscles, which may reduce inflammation and swelling. And research suggests that the cold therapy technique lowers post-exercise inflammation better than other methods like compression socks. And of course, with cold therapy being a very important part of the Wim Hof method, I decided to see what Wim Hof says about cold therapy. And it says here that frequent exposure to cold is linked to a number of different health benefits. For example, scientists have found evidence that exposure to cold speeds up metabolism. Another benefit of exposing your body to cold is that it reduces inflammation, swelling, and sore muscles. Therefore, many athletes use ice baths and other types of exposure to cold as a means to speed up recovery after physical exercise. Furthermore, cold therapy is also linked to improved quality of sleep, more focus, and even an improved immune response. So, Andrea and I gave it a try. We decided to submerge our bodies into a metal tub of ice water in the middle of January in Des Moines, Iowa, in front of a downtown street. And wow, when we first got in, it's like, it just takes your breath away, and your body wants to immediately resist or retract with that breath in. But if you just relax and settle yourself into your breathing, it takes a moment because you still want to breathe like that. But when you remember to exhale, finally, and to really exhale, that's when you really settle into the ice. And it hurts and it's cold and you really want to get out. But the more you relax into it, then the more bearable it actually is. So as we relaxed into the ice, all of a sudden, the instructor let us know that our 2 minutes was up. So the time actually went really fast once we were finally able to kind of give up that resistance and just exhale into the experience. And of course, when we first got out, it was just so exhilarating. Like, our skin is literally red from being so cold. And the bottoms of my feet hurt so badly. So by the time we were finally able to go back inside, my feet were hurting. But they started to thaw out, and then I started to realize that everything was fine. I had no problem after I warmed up a bit, And our teachers explained that usually the Wim Hof method does the breathing technique first, and then the ice bath. But Breathe and Believe has a different method of doing things. So they do the ice bath first to open up the chakra system. And then we went into the breathwork and sound bath experience. So after the cold bath, we laid down, got comfortable, closed our eyes, and we began the breathwork and sound bath journey. And honestly, this was the part of the day that was the most exhilarating to me. Although my expectation was that the cold bath would be more exhilarating. So whatever it was that we were doing, whatever the breath work was, it really ended up giving me a sense of total bliss and euphoria. So the breath work and sound bath was the last hour of our event, and then it was over. But once we were done and I was able to kind of like unwind from the whole situation, I realized just how beneficial this entire day was for me. I was completely elated for the rest of the day, and even on into the next day, and even today, the day after. So I feel like it was a good experience in so many ways, but it opened me up to see my own fears and limitations in new ways. Because no matter how scared I was to get into that ice water, I did it. I made myself get in. And then no matter how much I resisted it, I did relax into it. And I was able to kind of like release some of that resistance that was making it harder for me to sit in the water. But it was just in that letting go and that exhale and just letting myself experience all the sensations. And she was reminding me to hear the cars going by, to feel the water, the cold on my skin. It was just being immersed in the present moment so extremely. In the future, I want to make a longer video all about breath work because I really feel like I got a lot of benefit out of that breath work exercise that we did. And I definitely want to continue practicing breath work and just kind of see where it goes. But in the meantime, I do want to close this video by going back to Taschen's book of symbols. And when referencing bath or bathing, at the very end here it says, clearly, entry into unconscious waters can be treacherous and is not for the naive or the ungrounded. And yet it must be said that even in frenetic modern life, descent of one's body into a bath leads to a moment out of time, to a kind of oblivion, but also to a state in which anything can be imagined, and the seeds of new possibilities can come into being. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you like this video, be sure to click that like button and share this video with all your friends out there. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would just love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can then turn on the notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.